Right. So yesterday I updated the model, the pattern betting model, to include all the latest shoes from Baccarat Win Pro. And obviously, Baccarat is not the same game as blackjack. Blackjack is actually easier to make money at sometimes. Baccarat is a coin toss. Blackjack has the advantage of at least requiring some player's skill in order to affect results. Excuse me, all of a sudden I'm getting hiccups. But the model is important because I know there are trolls out there who will say 157,000 rounds. That's nothing. That's nothing. That doesn't mean anything. But the joke, of course, is that when the casinos are evaluating a new game, they certainly don't require 157,000 rounds to decide whether or not it's a good idea for them. They want to see some sort of additional benefit in terms of potential profit within a few hundred rounds, less very often. So you go into a casino with a new game, you've got a pitch. You'd better be able to show them that your corruption of Baccarat or blackjack or whatever it might be, or your new version of three-card poker, which is already a bloody rip-off. Now there's a thing called four-card poker, which is, oh my God, I mean, where are we going? The casinos are just so damn greedy. It's unbelievable. Anyway, I'm off again, off on a little rant, so I'll try and stop myself and just play the game. It's difficult because, in all the years that I spent in Nevada, you do develop an opinion, you develop an experience, you develop an attitude, which is based on experience, not on supposition, not on theory, not on anything other than, what you know to be true from personal experience over many, many years. And that's where I stand, so that's why I'm against. Oh, nice 22 up there. So we're at plus max now. I am against the greed of the casinos. I'm delighted to see that Las Vegas, in particular, is now reporting a big reduction in interest in games, in the win from games, and in hotel rooms, hotel room occupation. I am so pleased. I mean, I admit I never had much respect for the casino business because they are, they want everything. They will stamp on consistent winners like me, for instance, and not like Dana White. Okay, that's back to the minimum because we did a little bit there. We got a couple of nice little extras. Oh dear. Okay, double for the loss. Now they're greedy bastards. That's the problem with them. Oh dear, that's not good at all. Got better. Ha! That's not a repeat. That's a clear and back to the minimum because we got the double. I think we got the double. Plus one. I keep putting up these things and just, repeating the old message. I can't make anybody do anything. You can lead a horse to water, blah, 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 That's 1-2. I'm not trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. That's a bugger, isn't it? It's a repeat. All right, back to the min. Double. Oops. Ah, thank goodness for that. Plus one. Mind you, we didn't have too much at stake, did we? I think that's a plus. Definitely not a win. 1-2. 3-4. And remember, I round up, I boost the bet periodically, moving up through the different denominations of chips, because that just adds to the final turnaround value, the turnaround profit. And that's an important part of what we're trying to do here. We want to make money, but we don't want to be greedy. That's the thing. I think that was a back to the min. I think so. Yeah, okay. So that's a double for the loss. Oh, lovely. Repeat. Hit. 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 Boy, that was hard work, wasn't it? Back to the min. This is a friendly shoe, no doubt about that. We're not making a ton, but we're not getting badly beaten up until now. Okay. That would be 1-2, I think. Oh, look at that. Very nice. Back to the min. Yeah, there are obviously people out there who look at these demos and just say, well, he got lucky. He's cheating. Any excuse they can think of to explain away the success of this strategy. And it's not a complicated strategy, whatever anybody says, including Mr. Algae. It is not. Is that +1? I think it must be. That doesn't look too good, does it? Oh, it got worse. Well, that would have bust us anyway. 1-2. Three, 4. Oh, I do like 22s up there. I'm less fond of winning dealer hands. It's just a funny quirk, isn't it? Oh dear, oh dear. 1-2. That didn't go well, did it? 3-4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got to be a double. Ah, damn it! Look at that. Oof. That's expensive. 3, 4, 11, 8, and it's a drop. 1, 2, 3. The reason that it's a drop is that the next bet would be 16, which is 4 figures, which means it's a drop. After that, once you get into high values, after 3 losses, it's a drop. That applies only to blackjack, because in Baccarat, you've got the opportunity to hop from player to bankroll back again. Don't touch ties. It's stupid. Don't touch any of the side bets. It just doesn't work. But anyway, 11-8, did I say? No, off we go. That was good. 8-8. So we're going to call it 8-10 because that's just a silly bet. Pity about that. Oh, it got better. Okay. All right, so now we're back to... Pardon? And +1. Got a fair amount of shoe left, actually. Oh dear, that's a bugger. Double for the push. If it's 100 or less, double the bet after a push. 1, 2. Nice one. Creeping up towards $2,000 at 2 minutes. That's a double. It's back to the min. Double for the loss. Repeat. Back to the min. Yeah, we're jogging along quite nicely here. Can end any second. Double for the loss. Repeat. 51. I think I did that right. 2, 3. That's going to have to do, isn't it? Oh, bloody hell. 5, 6. You rat bag, Mr. Wizard. 11, 6. It should be 11, 12, but we're calling it 11, 6 and dropping the bet. Okay, so now it's 8, 6. That's a double. Oops. That's not so good. 8, 6, 20. Well, in 2021, I guess. Oh, oops, that didn't work, did it? 2021. That was close. Okay, we're nearly at the end now. And you know, folks, if you look at these bets and you say, well, that's ridiculous. I can't bet like that. Nobody could bet like that. First of all, look at the idiots on YouTube, the professional losers. They all bet a much higher volume than I do. I go higher when I get really seriously threatened, obviously, when I'm dealing with a situation where the house edge has run away from me completely and is well into double figures. Then I can get into high value bets, and I'm constantly sort of changing up through different locations. What I'm doing is pretending, because I can't actually move from my desk here, but I keep calling up new shoes, okay, exactly as it would be if you were in a casino and you hit a table limit and you had to move. It's exactly like that. And now I've completely lost my drift, so don't worry about it. But all I'm trying to tell you is the amount that I bet. That was the point that I was making before my mind wandered into the wilderness, and now it's come back again. What I was trying to say was, yes, you can look at these bets and you can say that's way too high. I couldn't possibly do that. The reality of these games is, if you can't bet A, wide spread, and B, large sums of money under extreme pressure, and if therefore you don't have, number one, a huge bankroll behind you, and number two, a progressive betting strategy which you believe in and which you are disciplined in applying to the situation you're in, you're screwed. That's it. So anyway, is that a plus? I know, I'm going to call it a plus. And we'll call it another plus. Oh, I'm going to chase that. I'm not happy with that at all. 1, 2. There we go. Okay, so we ended up with 2,425 in 13 minutes. Let's call it 14 minutes, okay? Plus 2, 425 in 14 mins. Not stellar, but it's a win, and that's what we're about. We are about beating the odds. This particular shoe, including this little tiny bit that I've just used up, three bets, 2 bets, was player friendly. The result of a player friendly shoe is generally you make less money, because the more you bet, the more you win, right? And of course, because I'm doing roundups all the time, if I'm really threatened, if I'm really challenged in the course of a shoe, then the bets go higher and I make more money. So, if I get incredibly lucky, as I do from time to time with this sim, and this sim is reality, you've got to get used to that idea. If from time to time I hit a natural or I hit a double down or something and the bet is in 5 figures, then obviously that distorts the results, but then no more than in real play. You will get that every so often. You'll get somebody, including Mr. Handpay or Vegas Matt or whoever, these loonies who bet like they've never played before. they will occasionally hit a fantastic double down or an amazing bit of luck, with a natural which has got 10,000 out or something. So that's an extra 5 grand in the pot, that kind of thing. So anyway, I'm done on this one and I'll see you in a bit. All right, so I'm focusing rather more on blackjack than baccarat right now, which is terrible timing on my part because all the reports from Nevada in particular, and I have an affinity with Nevada because I lived there for so long, but all the reports say that blackjack is declining in popularity and baccarat is strengthening, not by much, but and it's always been pretty much on a par with blackjack in terms of total win. Um, in spite of the fact that there's only about a fifth of the number of baccarat layouts versus 21. But anyway, I'm going to just continue and keep putting these things up, and nobody has to pay any attention. I don't care either way. Well, yeah, I do. I would kind of like it if more people watched, but sometimes these things are a slow build. That's how it is. I think we got beaten there. Yeah. Okay, so that's 1-2. 3-4. Is this going to be a runaway, a gag shoe? 7-8. Here we are. We're on the cusp. Well, I'm not going to run away yet, but that's definitely not a double. Not bad. Oh, not good enough. 7-8, 15-8, drop 2-3. Oh, 18-8. Not liking the look of this at all. 19-8, 15-8, 1, 2, 3. We just got 3 back there, so 15-8. That ain't going to win. How did I know that? 23-16, so let's call that 5-3 in 500s. Oh dear! 8-6, which is 4-3 in that. Why am I still here? What's the matter with me? Ow! 4-3. Better go for the 7-6, I think, and then I'm running away from this because it doesn't make any difference, I mean, in the end, obviously you've got a better chance of making some money, but oh look, and I nearly ran away. Damn, that was what I was talking about earlier on. Is to sort of say, in all of these games, you can call this pretend if you like, and it kind of is because it's not an actual table, it's not actual money. It's not actual casino noise in the background. It's not any of that stuff. It's pretend in a sense. But the value of this is that it is completely accurate, and it enables people like me, numbers nuts like me, to keep the record and to then, at some point, because it's a lot of work, carry out a thorough analysis of exactly what happened. Because obviously each one of these things is recorded bet by bet, round by round, and so on and so on and so on. So it's a good exercise. It's a useful way of sticking a sock in the mouths of the people who say, "Oh well, he just got lucky," all that sort of nonsense. You get such crap being dished out, and mostly gamblers suck it up. They love it. They lap it up, not suck it up, lap it up. Sedentary reminder, says my watch. Bit rude. That was a bit clever, wasn't it? That was even cleverer. I like that much more. Okay, +1. That wasn't bad. Oh, not good enough. Double for the push. 100 or less, we double after a push. Oh, another 22. I like it. So I think the next bet is plus max. I only go to 5 units. Doing a bit well with this. Okay, next time we lose a plus max, we just go back to the minimum. Oh dear. Oof. So that actually is 3-4 now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7, 8. Getting into the long grass now. Here we go. Ugh. 15, 8. Drop 2, 3. 15, 8. Drop. That was a good one. So that's 9, 8 now. Oh, 15, 16. I'll call it 15, 16 just for the hell of it. Let's have a turnaround, please. Uh-oh. That I don't like. 15, 16, 15, 16, 15, 16. Well. All right, we made it. Okay. Actually, we're not far into this, and of course, because of that big fat win I had back there, what was it, a double or something like that? I don't think back. I don't remember anything because I'm too busy nattering and trying to make sure that I place the right bet each time. But you don't make large sums of money betting this way unless you're threatened, and unless you occasionally you'll get these really ridiculous things where I've had at least a 20,000 natural, which is an extra 10 grand in the pot, and I don't know, various great bits of luck, but they're not sort of outliers. It's what happens. It's the game. It's why so many people love it. That was a bugger. 1, 2. All right, all right. Now it's getting serious. Alexa, stop. 3, 4. She wants me to go to Tesco, and I don't want to. All right, so we're back to a little bit of money there. In the pot, in the bag, in the kitty. +1. Yeah, I'd love to be able to analyze all these things, and be able to tell you from session to session. This was a terrible player advantage. This was an easy peasy shoe, etc. But it is, it's not that I'm afraid of work. It's just I don't have the time. That's the problem. Oh dear, that was definitely not very nice. That's 3, 4. Beat that, Mr. Whiz. All right, we didn't make a lot out of it, but we're doing well. I do love those 22s, especially when it's an ace that's got in there. And this lovely Canadian dealer I used to enjoy. I enjoyed her company so much. When I say I enjoyed her, that sounds like something happened when it didn't. I wish. No, I was happily married. And I'm sure so was she. But no, she was just a riot. And she always used to say when something like that happened, "Kiss my ace." And I'd think, oh. Anyway, +1. I think there's probably many a dealer who says the same thing, but she was the only one for me that I ever came across. But kiss my ace. Oh, that's a double. Ooh, it turned out quite well, didn't it? That's a repeat, I think. Oh, I like this. I like the way this is going. Ah, okay, that's back to the minimum. We did all right. +1. 51. Double. They should all be like that. Okay, back to them in. Don't be greedy, don't be greedy, don't be greedy. That's something you need to keep in mind all the time. That was a lucky one, wasn't it? Didn't make us any money, but it saved us $25. Plus one. 1, 2. That looks like a double to me. I was just waiting for it up there. Oh, nice one. Okay, double for the loss. Aha! That's the kind of hand that I would expect. 1, 2. Oh, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right towards the end again, just like last time. 7, 8. Not liking the looks of this. Long grass going into a new shoe. 15, 8. Drop. 18, 8. Oh, that's more like it. 18. So we're back to 15, 8, which we will call 3, 2 in 500s. 5, 4. That worked. All right. Okay, we're very close to the end now. See, that's the kind of thing I was talking about, where, the idiots out there will say things like, yeah, well, you just got lucky. Um, it's all very carefully calibrated. It's very disciplined. You must have grabbed hold of that fact by now, surely, if you've been with me for 5 minutes or more. It's do the same old all the time. And I tell you, I've had people say to me, well, that's really, really boring. Well, those are the fools who think that losing is fun. I mean, like those guys the other night who lost $105,000 and then said, yeah, but we had fun, didn't we? What a bunch of wallies, really. I'm talking about Bobby Rivas, Bluff and Bob and his buds. Geez, I mean, they really are performing whatevers, hamsters, seals, parrots for the casino biz for Adam, who's always in the background. What was that? No, I don't need to do that again. Back to the minimum. I'm thinking we're going to be thrown out of this shoe any second. There it is. Well, I'm not going to chase him for a quarter. So we made this time plus in 13 minutes. We made 8,687. That's spiffing, I would say. All right, so this is the end, the final win for God. I think it was number 111 in the current series of blackjack shoes. Anyway, pretty nice. Just give me a second, and I'm going to run away to another table and start a new session. All right, then. So I'm back, and the folks who believe in what's due and what's coming and what's bound to happen because, etc., etc., they're going to say, okay, so you just had what 10 grand in 27 minutes, more than 10 grand, 11 grand in the first two blackjack sessions today. 2,425 the first time, 8,687 the second time, total playing time 27 minutes. Your due people are going to say, you're due to get your ass kicked now. They may be right. Probably not, but hey, who knows? It is certainly true to say that in the fullness of time, you are more likely to lose more bets than you win than to win more bets than you lose. But that doesn't mean to say, oh, do give up. This constant bloody pushing 19 and 20 is just rude. There you go. He didn't push it that time. Okay, so that's 2-3. That's a double. That works, maybe. Oh, he nearly got me. Okay, back to the min. Always remember, back to the min. When you make your money, when the turnaround is in the bag, in the pot, in the boiler, in the whatever, in the what is it called, quiver. Drop back. That's all I'm saying. That looks like 1-2 to me. Back to the minimum. Last one. Last one. So far, so good. All right, me and my big mouth. 1-2. Ooh, ooh. That was nearly nasty, wasn't it? Back to the min. Hard to beat. Double for the loss. One, two. Yikes. 3-4. Little bit of a nasty coming up here. All right. We hit the grand at 3 minutes. Can't top that. Not quite a double down. One more pip and I'd have gone for it. Was that a double for a long? I can't remember now. Okay, 1-2. Ouch. 3-4. Double down. Oh dear. that was nice. Double for the loss. Double down in spite of the ace. Ooh. I think that's back to the min because we got the double. Just avoid greed at all times. Very important. Double for the loss. Double down. Oops. Double for the push. I think that's like 2-3 now. Double down. He does that a lot, this wizard. He's a very, very rude dealer. What can I tell you? See, look at that. Another one. That's a double. That's not so good. All right, so we lost 2, 3, 8. It's 8-10 now, I think. Oh boy. That worked out nicely. That was a good one. We need more like that. You know what? We get them. That's the thing about this game. If you know what you're doing, stick with the basic strategy. And if you have a really brilliant progressive betting strategy that you stick to, and I know one that I can recommend, just email me and I'll tell you what it is. I'm being sarcastic, sorry. No, not sarcastic, ironic. That's what that was. That was irony. I know about these things. Got Got a bit lucky there, I think. +1. +1. How many more? Okay, 1, 2. 3, 4. 7, 8. Okay, long grass again. Nicely timed. Whiz. What was that? I don't think that was a double for the loss, was it? Oh dear. What's it they say? A mind is a terrible thing to lose. Ouch! 1, 2. Oh, there you go. I always like those. A couple of hundred out there, and you catch a nice little freebie like that. I'm in favour. That was jammy. Definitely jammy. +1 to the max. Okay, so we got to chase that one. Okay, that will be 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn it. 7, 8. Again, we keep getting into the long grass, don't we? 15, 8. Drop 2, 3. 18, 8. I had to think about that one. 15, 8. Could have done with something good there. That worked out. I like that. 15, 8. So we just got the double down, so we're out. Back to the minimum. Yeah, don't be greedy. That's, I know I keep saying that, but it really is important. Don't be greedy, don't be stupid. Stuff like that, and it's basically common sense. I'm not exactly a genius coming out with this stuff. I think that's a loss. 1, 2. I think it might be 2, 3 actually. Okay, back to the min. Jammy. +1. The last one. Oh, 1, 2. Right at the end. I will have to roll this over if I lose it. No, we don't hit that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to the second shoe. That's a double. We stand on soft 18 only against a 7. All right, so there you have it. We've got after it's less than 11 minutes, but I'll call it 11 minutes. We made, let me see, 4,187. So that's 12,000, 13,000, 15,500 roughly in 3 sessions this afternoon. 14 minutes, 13 minutes, and 11 minutes. So in actual playing time, we're looking at, what is that, 40 minutes, less than 40 minutes? 27, 37, 38. So it's call it 40 minutes. But, I'm not suggesting that that's the win rate, because you have to factor in all the other things you do, walking from table to table, stopping play for a rest, for coffee, for a walk around the block, for a piddle, for whatever, so that at the end of the day, you're going to be looking at, okay, playing time is 40 minutes. Real time is at least 5 times that. So that's 3.5 hours or whatever, You've got to be sensible about this, but we are adopting a business approach here. This is not fun and games. It happens to be fun to win. That's my opinion anyway. There seem to be a lot of people, professional losers on YouTube, who disagree with me. But, this is a business approach. We're looking at a market that's been laid out in front of us. The casinos have said, okay, these are the rules. This is what you've got to do. You can't overstep the rules, but, come and play, come and enjoy yourself. We know you're going to lose. Well, I'm telling them, I'm not going to lose. It's not in the plan. I'm sorry, fellas. But that's the difference. If you treat gambling as entertainment, then you're making a big mistake. If you are actually entertained by the likes of Vegas Matt and Mr. Handpay and Crazy Cody and Dana White and his Big White Lies and Steve Will Do It and people like that, good luck. I have no idea how anybody can think that watching other people gamble is entertaining. I'm not trying to be entertaining here. I'm trying to be informative. I'm trying to be just basically helpful in explaining that there is another way to go. And if you can't afford to go this way, then the smart thing to do is not to risk your money. It's, as I've said so many times before, it's like going to war with a pea shooter and expecting to come out alive. It just isn't going to happen. You will get lucky. You could be like David and Goliath. You might sort of like pick up a rock, stick it in your slingshot and go ba-bang, and smack the bad guy in the eye, and down he falls. That's blind luck. Ha ha. But seriously, you've got to look at this as a business proposition. You've got to decide, okay, on a small bankroll, I cannot beat the house. I have better uses for my bankroll than the house does. I can pay my bills. I can cover my mortgage. I can pay the car payment. I can send the kid to college. If you start taking money, and I mean anything less than about 100,000, and if you're going to start at 25, you need at least 100,000. If you can bring the startup unit, the starting unit down below 25, then that 100,000 becomes more doable. But essentially, you need probably a spread of at least 1 to 1,000. So that's 25 to 25,000. Okay. And you need a bankroll behind you at least 10 times your maximum bet. That's me answering a question which essentially is, how long is a piece of string? But I'm trying to say, if you had the kind of money that Dana White and Steve Will Do It and Crazy Cody and Vegas Matt, if you had their money behind you and you used this strategy, you would kick ass all the way to the Christmas after next, and beyond. But they have all that money, no plan, and bet like prats, because the casino needs them to bet like prats, because if they start teaching people how to win, then they are going to be bad for business from the casino standpoint, and they will be shown the door. No more spotlight, no more free plays, no more comps, no more anything. Adam Wiesberg seems like a lovely guy, but boy, he does hover over them all, doesn't he? Making sure that nobody's telling people how to win, because that would not do at all. And of course, at slots, there is no way to win. So Adam's got nothing to worry about. I don't know why he hovers in the background when they're playing slots, because Einstein couldn't show a profit at slots. As long as he was putting up all his videos. If he does what the slot players do and just put up the ones they want you to see, then yes, they look as if they're winners. They are not. But anyway, that's a whole other story. Goodbye. Thank you very much, and see you next time.